So this should be an interesting article. I'm not sure if you read this. Royal Caribbean accepted my $4,200 bid for an upgrade, but downgraded the cabin. And this actually came out last week. So I definitely had to read the article because we won our upgrade bid this year for the first time after putting in many, many different bids. But I wanted to know what the cause was and what happened with this. So basically, a couple decided to go on a cruise. It was just this couple, just the two of them. Then they decided to invite the sister in law. Go back a little bit. So they decided to go on a cruise. They got the grand suite. That's what they paid for. They got an email inviting them to upgrade. So they put in a bid to upgrade to a larger suite. And so they were waiting on that to be accepted or rejected. If you are rejected, you won't know, you just won't get the room. But if you're accepted, you'll get this email saying congratulations and telling you, you've been upgraded. So some time goes by. They speak with the sister-in-law. She decides she wants to go. They don't want her to be in a room by herself. So they're like, okay, let's figure out what we can do to get you in a room with us. Call Royal Caribbean, and they have something called a 4-bedroom villa suite. And this was on, I think, Liberty of the Seas. So they spoke to someone at Royal Caribbean. They booked the villa suite. They are very excited until some days later, they get an email saying, congratulations, your offer has been accepted. You have been upgraded. In their case, downgraded to a smaller suite, smaller than the villa. So this was just crazy. I read through the whole article, and some of the things make sense and some of the things do not. So I can say that I feel like some of the it's different departments in Royal Caribbean. So me as a travel agent with them, there's different numbers that I have to call if I need to make changes to an account. There are certain things that we are allowed to do as independent travel agents, and then certain things we cannot do. As far as like if you cancel a cruise and you need a FCC, a future cruise credit issued out, we are not able to do those things. As far as going in and looking to see that you put in a bid for an upgrade, we are not able to see those things. So I feel like the channels just don't communicate with each other when it comes to stuff like this. However, after the client explained to them what happened, they still refuse to give the $4,200 back. And that is because when you put in a bid for Royal Up, if it's accepted, there are no refunds at all. You can say, I don't like the room. You can say, I would prefer to be aft or midship instead of being in the front. You can say all of those things. It clearly states no refunds. I feel like this is an exception. And listen, it took some time for this person to get their money back. They had to involve other parties. It was just a mess. I just have to say shame on you, Royal Caribbean, because once they found out what the mix-up was, someone should have handled it then. What they attempted to do was give them like an onboard credit or future cruise credit for maybe like $1,500 or $1,600 to use in the future. But it's not fair because this person paid for the villa suite. They were happy with that. That's a lot of money. But their $4,200 was basically just gone. They were just saying, we'll give you some free stuff on the cruise or towards another cruise, but we're not giving you your money back. So to me, everything is about customer service, and Royal Caribbean normally prides themselves on providing great customer service. And in this instance, they didn't. The couple did not get their money back until 3 months later. Listen, $4,200 for me, I would have flew to Florida to the headquarters. But first of all, these people upgraded to a villa, 4-bedroom villa, and it's only 3 of them in the room. So, even though they're like, we're not gonna let this $4,200 go, they probably was like it's little money to them, but the principle of it, me, myself, Felicia, would have been flying down to Florida, waiting on the headquarters to open and been like, I'm not leaving until I get my 4,200. That's a lot of money. So once they reached out to, I think it's Elliott Advocacy or something like that. It's a group, and let me try to see if I can find it, that they will go in and basically fight your battles if you're having an issue with the cruise company. And they're not, basically what they did is they threatened Royal Caribbean and said, hey, well, we're getting ready to post this, and we just want to make sure we give you the opportunity to fix it so we don't show you in a bad light. And after they went back and forth with Royal Caribbean with the representative about 3 or 4 times, they finally gave the people their money back. But $4,200, like, that is a lot of money. It's a lot. So I'm glad that they were able to fix it, but just be careful on these Royal Up bids, because I'm telling you, your travel agent, unless you're booking, and I can't even say that. I know if you're booking with an independent travel agent like myself or some of these other vloggers that are on YouTube and things like that, we don't have access to a lot of information. We just have limited access to a software called Expresso, to where we're going in and we can book the cruises. We can, set the time for your dinner. We can say how you want your beds, if you want them together or apart, things like that. But when it comes to getting money back, any type of credit, stuff like that, we have to go another step. We have to call in actual Royal Caribbean, because they're able to do more than what we can do. So listen, $4,200, I would have been on the next flight. Yes. Okay, so here it is, Elliott Advocacy. So what they do, this person, he just was searching online, trying to figure out how am I going to be able to get my money back. And he reached out to them, and they basically was like a representative for him, and went to Royal Caribbean and gave them like multiple opportunities to try to get this right. And actually they helped him. So I am very impressed. Normally, from my experience with Royal Caribbean, if there is an issue, they try to fix it right away. So I don't know if it was just something that someone didn't know, because sometimes you run across people that, hey, I'm new here, or maybe there was a change that I didn't know about as far as customer service goes. They should have just turned it over to a supervisor or someone like that. But even with Elliott reaching out to them, and they had a direct connect with a head person at Royal Caribbean, she was just kind of like, oh, well, yeah, we know about it. We've offered them a future cruise credit or onboard credit. No, ma'am, that's not going to fly. So I'm glad to see that they were able to get their money back. It did take 3 months, but listen, just like I said, make sure when you're doing the Royal Up bids, make sure it's a room that you want. If you put in bids on multiple rooms, they're going to take the one that's best. First of all, what they have available. So if they have people that are not really booking boardwalk balconies, then chances are you're going to get that. And if it's the highest one of your bid and they have it available, then you're going to get that one. But you can't go back and say, I don't want this room. Now, this was an exception. I expected them to really like, okay, we understand we made a mistake, here you go, but you're not going to just keep my money. So any questions that you have about Royal Up, put them down below. You can email me. I'll try to answer as much as possible. If I do not know the answer, I have no problem with calling Royal Caribbean, even though the whole times have been very long, but they are getting better with that. They have this little feature where someone will call us back now. So any questions you got, shoot them down below. Happy cruising.